Hello, God bless you and welcome again to my channel. Just a quick video today. All right, please share this message with somebody. It's going to be a blessing to someone. Um, I don't promise that every video that I put out is going to bless a lot of people. Maybe the message is meant for one person, you know, maybe the message is just meant for one person. So the idea is not to impress people. The idea is not to have followers or subscribers. The idea is to share the word of God and help one another, right? All right. So I want to say about 4 or 5 things that when these things begin to happen in a marriage, you know that there is a fundamental problem with that marriage. You know that that marriage is going through a crisis. Now, when these things begin to happen in a marriage, you know the marriage is already going through a crisis or the marriage is about to hit the rock. That's what it means. When these things I'm going to mention, when you notice it happening in a marriage, something is wrong or something is about to happen. Something bad is about to happen. So, please share this video. The first thing that, when you notice this thing in a marriage, you know something is wrong. When a husband and wife who used to pray together stop praying together. I'm not talking of unbelievers. I'm not talking of those Christians, Christian couples who don't pray together. They never believe in praying together. I'm talking of those that, when they got married, they've been praying together. They believe in family prayers, family devotion. When they suddenly stop praying together as a husband and wife, probably each person prays on their own, you know that there is problem in that marriage. There is a big problem in that marriage because some of these things I'm mentioning are unifying factors. They are covenant factors. So marriage is a covenant. So there are things that strengthen the covenant. So when these things begin to happen, when these negative things I'm going to mention begin to happen, you know that the foundation of the marriage is weak or is about to crack, that something is wrong. So when a husband and wife who used to pray together stop praying together, consistently stop praying together, there is problem. Now, I'm not saying that you must pray together every day. That's not what I'm saying. Of course, you are supposed to. I must tell you. But if it becomes a permanent thing, it becomes a usual thing that you don't pray together, there is problem. I mean, if you used to pray together as a couple and suddenly you stop praying together and you are comfortable with it, there is problem. Because prayer is what keeps you together. Praying together is what keeps you together. Now, the second one is if they used to eat together. Now, I believe some of us know, especially those who live in the Western world, it's not like Africa where husband and wife must eat together in the morning and must eat together in the afternoon and must eat together at night because of their schedule is almost aligning. But in the Western world, probably you are doing one shift and your husband or your wife is doing another shift. So sometimes it does not match. But when they are together in the house, both of them are together in the house, they stop eating together. Everyone eat on their own. They eat individually. Even when they are together in the house, they eat individually. Everyone goes to the kitchen and take their own food and eat. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Now, another covenant factor, I'm speaking from a Bible perspective. One of the ways that people enter into a covenant or strengthen their covenant in the Bible is by eating together. Yes, one of the ways that people strengthen a covenant, especially in the Old Testament, even when Jesus ate with his disciples before his death, he was teaching them covenant. So when you see a husband and wife who used to eat together as a couple, and suddenly they become comfortable that everybody, should eat on their own. Just go to the kitchen, take your own food and eat your own. I'll come and eat my own. There is problem in that marriage. Another way to know that a marriage is going through a crisis is when they stop sleeping together. One person probably will start sleeping in another room, or one person will say, oh, I'll stay in the couch. When they stop sleeping together and, having sexual intercourse as husband and wife, in fact, this is the biggest factor. This is the biggest factor. When husband and wife stops having sex, the marriage has ended. I don't know what the person is still doing there. When husband and wife stops having sexual intercourse permanently. Now, I'm not saying that it's something that must happen, every day or every week, but when they are comfortable that this aspect of our life is no longer relevant, we are comfortable not doing it, the marriage has ended. The marriage, I don't know what they're still doing. It has ended. It's either somebody is doing it outside, or somebody is masturbating, or somebody is using a sex toy. I don't want to go there, because if I go there, I might not end this video. But this is a big factor. When husband and wife stop, having sexual intercourse, that is the end of that marriage. That's okay. Another one is communication. When husband and wife stop communicating, there are people that pretend they are married, but they are roommates. There are roommates who pretend to be married. When they go outside, they pretend they are married. They post their pictures during their birthdays, during Christmas, New Year, every celebration is the only time they are together. They are only together when there is celebration. When there is no celebration, they are fighting. So when you notice a gap in communication, there is crisis in the marriage, because communication is a big deal. You see, there are people that will leave the house, go to work, and they will never talk to their spouse all through the day until they come back. And I begin to wonder, what kind of marriage is that? You left the house in the morning, or you went to work, and you got to work. You didn't tell your wife or your husband, honey, I just got to work. What if something happened on the way? What if, for security reasons, people on their way can have accidents? So what if something happened while driving to work? I think it's important to be transparent with our movements, how we move. Because if somebody leaves the house and something happens, I've seen people who on the highway, in fact, one time I was coming back from work and someone's car caught fire. So at the midnight, somebody's car caught fire on the highway. So if something happens, how will somebody know? So communication is a big deal for security reasons. Another thing, finally, is issue of finance. When they stop planning together, when they stop budgeting together, they believe that everybody spend their own money. I spend my own money. You don't need to know how much I'm making. I don't need to know how much you're making. Keep your own money. I keep my own money. Do your own thing. I do my own thing. The Bible said, where the treasure of a man is, that is where his heart is. Wherever someone is keeping their money, that's where their heart is. So if someone is making money and spending it and investing, and the wife doesn't know how he's investing, the wife doesn't know what he's doing with his money, I don't know what kind of marriage that person is running. And another thing I want to say, which when I say some people get upset, is the issue of putting password on our phone. When you put password on your phone and your wife doesn't know, your husband doesn't know, you are hiding your phone, protecting your phone. My question, what I normally ask is, what is in the phone? What do people put on their phone that their husband cannot know? or their wife cannot know. They use password that nobody knows. Okay, what is in the phone? What is in the phone? I begin to wonder. Sometimes I don't get it. I mean, what is in the phone? What is the big deal about the phone? That somebody, you want to answer a call, you excuse yourself from your bedroom because your wife or your husband is there. You leave the bedroom to go and answer a call. Haba, is that one marriage? I beg. Haba.